Welcome back to Let's Play Pokémon Crystal version. We got the power back on. We went to the power plant and restored electricity to the Kanto region. So now, why don't we make our way north of Cerulean City and go check out the Cape? Apparently, it's the perfect place to bring your date. So, let's go on a little date there and see if we can find some trainers to battle. Is there someone down here? Nope. Someone up here? No, but there's a tree with a single little normal potion inside. Whoop-de-doo! It's Christmas! Aha! Here's a trainer. I guess Epona should keep going. We're getting some good training here. Beat the 6 of us trainers to win a fabulous prize. Think you've got what it takes? Huh, it's like the Nugget bridge all over again, except instead of being on a bridge, they're all the way up here. Well, schoolboy Dudley, what have you got? Oh, a cute little Oddish. Aww. I love this guy. I swear, if it wasn't for the fact that we have Nikita on our team, I would definitely consider training an Oddish. It's one of my favorite grass types. Plus, because this is Crystal, we could have evolved Oddish into Bellossom. Oh well. I guess there's always next time I play this game. Next time I could probably choose Totodile, and then I'll have an Oddish for sure. You can catch one fairly early in the game in the Elex Forest. At night, of course. Oddish only comes out at night. I'm second. Now it's serious. I guess this one's a lass. It's been a while since we saw one. Yep, there she is, Lass Ellen, with her purple hair. Oh, she's got a Wiggly! Cool, I have a Wigglytuff too. How would you like some takedown? We'll probably take a bunch of recoil damage from that because Wigglytuff has so much HP. I wonder if the recoil is determined by the amount of damage you make. Yeah, it's probably that. What else would it be? That was a stupid question of me. I should probably finish it off with Ember, just to play it safe. Oh no! We're going to sleep! Epona, don't fall asleep. Ah, that's better. I was about to fall asleep myself. Just talking about it. Both of my cats are sleeping right now. And little Luna is sleeping on the TV. And Picar is sleeping in the corner of the room. Right next to the heater. That's one of his favorite spots to be too. Oh, it's Grand Bull. Grand Bull. I would love to keep going, but I'm just going to have to heal up before I do that. I don't want to start that battle in the yellow. Let's have this be a fair fight. Oh, or force me to switch. Well, Miss Granbull, how about you pay for that? Yeah, you shouldn't have done that. I will make you regret this dearly. That was supposed to be Epona's battle. How could you? And now you're trying to charm me? And lick me? Ugh. Oh no, I'm paralyzed! This lass is giving me more trouble than she's worth. I was expecting this to be quickly finished, but it looks like I was wrong. Maybe I should have put him to sleep first, to avoid ourselves all of that trouble. Oh dear. Hey, Granbull, I don't know if you realize, but you're not doing a lot of damage. And even though I was paralyzed, I still attacked first. I don't know how that works, but I'm glad. How could I lose? Wait, hold on. I'm wondering if Parasite is holding the Quick Claw. Hi Chris, this is Liz. How are things going for you? Well, I just restored power to the Kanto region, so I'd say that's going pretty well. Do you have some free time? I've got all sorts of time. If you're free, would you like to battle? I'll be waiting on Route 32. But I can't. Guys, I really wish I could battle you, but I can't. I'm in a completely different region. Just wait for me to return to Johto, alright? Okay, you're next. Here's number 3. It won't be easy. It's pretty funny how they placed them. Can we fight them out of order after this one? Or are they placed in a way that you absolutely have to fight them in order? I wonder. And are these fights supposed to get progressively more difficult? Because I'm not feeling that. Grand Bull was tough though, I'll give him that. Mostly because he kept making the battle longer and longer by paralyzing us and then just using Charm a bunch of times to cut our attack stat. I don't know. I was saying that grass types tend to use Wrap instead of Bind, but I was wrong. Tangela is as much of a grass type as you can be, being a pure grass type, and it still used Bind. Then again, Tangela also knows one of the weirdest attacks in the game, frickin' Constrict, which I think is the most unremarkable move aside from Splash in the entire game. Constrict is like Bind or Wrap, except it only attacks once, and it doesn't trap your opponent. What does Constrict do? Can it reduce your opponent's speed or like Bubble, or does it just do puny damage and that's it? It's such a pathetic excuse for an attack. I can't imagine anyone keeping that in their moveset. But I guess there's a lot of moves like that that you have in the beginning that you discard very quickly. Just like there's a million useless Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Some old crappy monsters with no effect. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, I was wondering, would you guys be interested in seeing me play a Yu-Gi-Oh game at some point? If it sounds like something you'd like to see, let me know, because I've always been a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan. And there's quite a few good Yu-Gi-Oh games. There's one in particular on Game Boy Advance I really like, but it's very basic. It follows the rules of the card game perfectly, but it's such an old one that there's a lot of new cards missing. Well, I mean, that goes without saying. It's a classic Yu-Gi-Oh Game Boy Advance game, but I still love it. I just don't know how much of it I could show because, I mean, there's no story, it's just duel after duel. If you'd like to see me at least beat every single opponent once, I could do that, and I could beat them off screen for all the additional times I have to beat them. The way the game works is that it gives you a bunch of opponents, and then once you've beaten them a certain number of times, it unlocks the next batch of opponents, and then you have to beat these guys a couple of times each. To reach the end of the game, you have to beat, like, I think the second to last wave of characters that you unlock, you need to beat all of them like 10 times or something. It's ridiculous. But, oh, it's forcing us to switch again. Pidgeotto, don't do that. Well, Nikita, Pidgeotto asked for it. Body Slam. Yeah, I mean, I never would have made it to the end of that Yu-Gi-Oh game if it wasn't for the fact that I was playing that over the summer at my summer job. The thing is, might sound weird saying I was playing it at work, but it was a very repetitive and simple job, and everyone there had something they did to pass the time as they were working. So I brought my Game Boy Advance and I started to play that Yu-Gi-Oh game. And I played it for hours on end. It was weird because it was like this factory where there was the shipment department. That's where I was working. Well, I guess they called it shipping department. So I had to load up some vans with all the stuff that we were shipping to our different customers. However, loading a van really didn't take us a long time. It would usually take my dad and me about like an hour to fill up a van. But the shift lasted 8 hours. And they'd usually give us something like 2 vans to do in one day. So can you imagine? We had about 2 hours worth of work to do, but 8 hours of time to do it. So we usually try to stretch them a little bit so that it wouldn't look like we were doing nothing. But because this was the evening shift, once the boss left around 6, just about, we still had like 6 hours left to do. And there was no reason for us to pretend past that point. So we'd get the trucks loaded, finish our bills, and then we'd have the entire evening after supper just to do pretty much nothing. And it was like that every single evening for the entire summer. So I brought my Game Boy Advance to work initially and I finished that Yu-Gi-Oh game. And when I was tired of playing the Game Boy, I would usually draw. So I had my sketch pad at work and I would spend the entire evening just drawing. That was a lot of fun, but I mean, it was mostly fun because it was my very first summer job. It wasn't a difficult job, so that's nice. And it was paid very well. For a student job, the pay was fantastic. So I saved up a lot during the summer so that I didn't have to work during the school year. Well, I say school year, I wasn't in high school at that point anymore. I guess you could call it college? It's just that here we don't call it that. When you're done high school here, you don't go straight to university. You have to go through this thing called cégep. Or in English they pronounce it cégep. It's almost like university where you're a lot more autonomous than you are in high school. You're left to yourself pretty much. But there's still like team projects, and it's the perfect bridge between high school and university. Though some cégep programs are so useless, it's crazy. I don't want to talk out of my hat by saying this, but my goodness, some programs here are so pointless. A lot of the times you'll go to cégep just because you think you should. It's like the next logical thing to do after high school. It turns out it's not that useful. I don't remember learning a lot in cégep, sadly. There were still the classic classes like English, French, phys ed, philosophy, all these classes, and then there were my focused classes, which were, because I was in a movie making program, it was like we'd learn about the history of filmmaking, and then we'd learn all about the techniques behind filmmaking. That part was less useless. At least I learned stuff. But all these frickin' English classes and French classes, I mean, please. After high school, what's the frickin' point? They would teach you how to analyze a text and make like an essay, like this super long essay. I don't even know if the word is essay. I wish I knew exactly what it was called. But we'd be writing these long analyses of like different texts, and we had to prove our point. We'd had to like, they would give us an argument, and we had to back that argument up. Like, we'd have to side with that argument and prove it using examples in the text, but it wasn't that simple. There's this very specific way these texts have to be written. So my old friend back then, he realized I was struggling with that, and he gave me this crash course. He basically taught me this formula to write these essays, always in the same exact way. That just worked. So it was very ironic because for these freaking, for I don't know how many years I was in cégep, but for all this time, I was always using this same formula, and basically, I was writing the same essay over and over again, just adapting it to the different texts. And I passed in flying colors. So, what was the point of having it stretch over 3 years? If it was the same thing over and over again. It was exasperating. But we beat the trainers. You took on one more battle than you expected, but you won anyway. As promised, you win a prize. And we got a Nugget, because what else? Is he going to ask us to join Team Rocket or something? But after seeing how you battle, I want to see how I'll fare. How about it? Let me take you on. Well, he doesn't give us a choice. It's like he's asking us a question and then the battle just begins. So, cool. Whoa. That's a strange coincidence. I was just talking about my old friend. Huh. Well, so, it's Rhyhorn. Huh, they have the same name. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Goopy, let's take care of that Rhyhorn. If I know one thing for a fact, it's that my friend would probably not use Rhyhorn. He's the one who taught me a lot about Pokemon. Not only did he teach me how to write these texts, he helped me a lot in my math classes in high school too. When I was in a tough spot at the end of the school year, he came over and he just gave me this crash course. And it helped me pass. He's a great teacher. Alright, let's see. The next Pokemon is Wartortle. So, Nikita, let's go. Hey there, Wartortle. Wiggle that tail. That tail that looks like a big cloud. For some reason, seeing that Wartortle reminds me of the Pokemon card from the trading card game. I always liked that one, but I think most of the starters had some great illustrations for the card game. Oh no, Wartortle had that really crappy card where it was just like they put Ken Sugimori's artwork there with like this beach background. Oh yeah. Bulbasaur and Charmander had some great artwork, but Squirtle? Not so much. The Squirtle card was nice, but Wartortle and Blastoise, if I remember correctly, were rather ordinary. I think Nikita can take on Charmeleon just fine, right? That's why we have Earthquake. Don't worry, I knew what I was doing, I wasn't distracted. I just wanted to use Earthquake for once. Good job, Nikita. Cool Trainer Kevin was defeated. I've never had a battle this good! Yeah, thumbs up to you too, my friend. That was a great battle. You and your Pokemon are truly outstanding. Can I have your phone number? Aw, that's a shame. Alright, let's keep going. Oh dear. Aw, why did you have to show up and bug us now? Do you know what they call people like you? Pests! You heard me right. Pests! Oh, those badges you have. Are they Johto gym badges? If you have 8, you must be good. Okay then, come to Cerulean Gym. I'll be happy to take you on. I'm Misty, the gym leader in Cerulean. And there she goes. Huh. Misty. It's time for us to go and challenge her, but I want to check out who lives in Bill's old house. Sea Cottage, Bill's house. You know Bill. He's my grandson. Oh, it's Bill's grandfather. I see. Nice to meet you. He's in Johto. He does something with PCs, so I'm house sitting. My grandson Bill told me about a Pokemon that has a long tongue. If you have that Pokemon, may I see it, please? I don't have it. You don't have it? That's too bad. Oh, he wants to see Lickitung. Cool. If I catch Lickitung, I'll come back here. But for now, it's time for us to go and challenge Misty. I wasn't expecting this episode to stretch for so long, but I'm not about to end it here. I definitely want to challenge Misty in this episode. If we're going to do some progress and I don't want this series to stretch over 5 million episodes, I'd better go and do it now. I mean, it has been going on for 20 minutes. Alright. I'm going to split it in two. Next episode will be entirely dedicated to Misty, even though her gym probably won't take us that long. So this one I will call the Nugget Bridge episode, or the Nugget something. Alright then. In that case, I'll see you next time. The sun is about to set, so the next episode will be an evening episode. Until next time, everyone, I wish you all a great day or a good evening. See you next time, and thanks for watching.